What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again. And before we get started, if you all don't mind, please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on this channel as well as going live. A little bit of help goes a long way. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has shown love and support to my platform. So, greatly appreciate it. And let's get to this work. As I just got the news that Jaron Boots Ennis had a big fight coming up in July, I believe. His fight has been canceled. His opponent, let me get this guy's name. I know his last name is Crowley. Uh, I can't recall his first name. I wasn't very excited about this fight as far as pertaining to whose Boots opponent was, but Jaron Boots, and this is one of my uh, favorite up and coming fighters right now. Phenomenal talent. He reminds me of a lot of my favorite fighters. In fact, he reminds me a lot of Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. You know, some kind of like a hybrid between those two. Because he's a pressure fighter, but he also has a very diverse style and a deep bag of tricks. But nonetheless, his opponent Crowley has withdrawn from the fight and it has been canceled due to a failed eye exam. Crowley had an eye surgery a little while back, and so he had taken a eye exam apparently and failed it. So that made him ineligible for this fight. And I just want to question Eddie Hearn and the people that had set this fight up, because we all know Boots. If you didn't know, Boots Ennis signed a contract with Eddie Hearn. Um, to work with him and to get him some fights booked and keep him busy. It was reported that Eddie Hearn was going to get Boots about 3 fights a year. And so this was very exciting. They announced it about the same time they announced this fight. Very exciting time for boxing fans, especially if you're a Boots Ennis fan. But so unfortunately with this news, that Crowley won't be able to participate. There's been some speculation as to who Boots Ennis's next opponent could be. Um, as far as me being in the boxing communities, I've been hearing a lot of people call for Virgil Ortiz, and I'm not sure if Virgil Ortiz is the perfect opponent, although people have been talking about Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz fighting for quite some time now. I'm not very sure if that's the fight because Virgil, I believe it was reported that he can no longer make 147. So I believe he'll be moving up soon. I'm not positively sure about his boxing situation right now, but that's what it looks like there. Also, people were calling for Bud Crawford, but I made a video talking about this several times. Bud Crawford is just in a different generation of fighter. All right, we got to accept that. It's the same mathematics, if you will, back when Floyd was the established superstar, taking all of the mega fights, big money fights, and you had guys like Errol Spence and even Bud Crawford, respectfully, on their come ups. There's no way in the world Errol Spence was gonna get a match with Money Mayweather. There was just two different generations, respectfully, and I think it's the same parallel with Boots Ennis and Bud Crawford. Bud is at the tail end of his career. He's really just trying to get a couple more mega fights before he calls it quits. And Boots Ennis is on his come up. He's just now getting into the limelight. Respectfully, I've been seeing a lot of fans, begin to recognize Boots and call for him to get active in the ring. So just two different generations, two different careers as far as points in their careers right now. But that's that. We also know that Boots has a big matchup coming up in August, I believe, August 3rd. To get for a title match. And I forget the guy's name, Israel. I don't believe I can even say his last name, but he's a middleweight champion, respectfully. So Bud will be able to get a shot at a middleweight champion, junior middleweight championship. And also, I think is the most likely, but I don't think Eddie Hearn would book this match. But Conor Benn, Conor Benn is one of the more premier welterweights, has a little bit more name recognition. I would love to see that fight, but I just think that that's a little bit further down the line if it is going to happen. As Boots is, like I say, he's still on his come up. Conor Benn has some value in the game, so I doubt he would when a fight Boots get destroyed and have all his value, at least in the UK. I know the UK loves Conor Ben, so I know that he would rather not have his value um, de- decreased at this point in his career. So it just looks like, we're going to be waiting around again for Boots to get active. It was disappointing for me because I'm always excited to see Boots in the ring. I think that this dude is a generational talent. I might be capping a little bit, but I think that Boots is the real deal. And again, I just want to see him active. You got to see him in the ring. He did receive his quote unquote email title, the IBF, the same IBF title that they stripped Bud Crawford. They stripped from Bud Crawford, excuse me, after the Errol Spence match that him and that Bud had. Errol and Bud had. They stripped him, and so they gave the title to uh, Boots, and Boots is a welterweight champion at this current time. Uh, but I just want to see him get in the ring, actually uh, earn the title, if you will. It's nothing about Boots that I don't think that is a championship, but I've never agreed with people being email champions. What I mean? They're just getting their belt in the email, and then they walk around talking like as if they're champions. I think that Boots is a champion level fighter. I just want to see him earn it. I just want to see him, defend it at this point. See if he really is a champion or not. So, but anyway, that's just the news on that situation. If there's any updates, like I say, I just read this article. It dropped about 3 hours ago. So if there's any other updates, I will be reporting. Um, and until then, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. Once again, thank you all so much for the love and support. I can't say thank you enough. I try, but I just can't. And until the next time we link, it's Tony the Savant. Peace.